Hey everybody! Okay, so we are back for the third night in a row. Um, so if you saw us go live a few minutes ago, we were actually testing out some like compatibility stuff. So Brooke is actually going to be the one sharing tonight, and I'm super excited about that. I met Brooke, I want to say maybe about a year ago. She did through Camp Gladiator, so we do CG together. Well, not lately because I've been kind of lazy, but let's not talk about that. So I met Brooke through CG, and then she and I actually, let me see. Sorry, hold on, I'm trying to bring her on camera. Let's see if this works. Whoop, I did it again. Okay, sorry. So her and I were actually on the same CG Games team last summer, which was a lot of fun and also very difficult. And somehow Brooke, oh, here we go. Okay. To do CG Games again. So I guess we're going to be teammates again for CG. Okay, yay! There she
Hi.
is.
I'm trying to get this figured out. Okay.
Okay. How's the sound? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you good.
Okay, good. My lighting is awful.
No, your lighting is good. I look raw, and I have not put any makeup on since this morning, so this is just going to have to work.
Oh, well. I've got this big bright light over me that, so like, I'm really yellow.
Like your interrogation lamp.
You're right. I need
this. Nice.
Okay. Well, that's the paper I need to read off of, so. Anyway, okay, so this tonight is part 3 of our like fruit and veggie tales. Fruit and veggie stories. And tonight we've got Brooke sharing. So, okay, Brooke, tell us a little bit about yourself. Why you like? Hey, remember we have to be quiet.
I've got mine sitting right here too.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Why you like the Juice Plus products, and what they've done for you and your family.
Okay. So I am 37 years old. I'm old. I've got 2 kids. I have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. And my son thought that was awesome because Josie's 3 and he's 7 and I'm 37 this year. So no, I decided to start getting on Juice Plus because I wanted to try to find something that was going to bridge the gaps in my family's diet. Because my daughter, as you can see her right here, she basically lives off of chicken nuggets and tater tots. And she doesn't eat any vegetables at all. It just doesn't happen. All right, Joe, you're going to have to go, baby. I'm sorry. So I was getting kind of concerned about how they were getting sick all the time. We were constantly at the doctor's office. I mean, at least once a month, once every other month, and our bills were really starting to rack up. I was missing a lot of time from work, just having to stay home and take care of them. My husband works in Frisco, and so for him to try to take a day off with the kids was really difficult when I'm sitting here in Wylie, working in Wylie. So it just got to the point where I was sort of kind of ready to pull my hair out. So a friend of mine had mentioned Juice Plus, and we got on it. And I think at first you're expecting to see this huge change. And so for me, I didn't see anything like in the first or second month. And so I'm sure some people just decided to go ahead and cancel. And when I did, I noticed that we were getting sick again. And I thought, hang on just a second, maybe this is actually doing something. Maybe it was having some kind of an impact. And so after meeting you and going through CG Games with you, I saw just what a positive spirit that you had. And you kept talking about Juice Plus. I was like, you know what, I tried it. Maybe I should try it again. And so, I mean, really, since having been on that, like our medical bills, I went and I looked at all of our medical bills over the past year, and you can just see where, on or off of Juice Plus, medical bills up here. On Juice Plus, I mean, it was just like a steady decline. And I'm not saying that, we don't still get sick, but when we do, it's not the same, 3-day recovery time on a virus. It's like, a day or maybe 2 days if it's really bad. And even when my son had the flu, he's the only one of the 4 of us that caught it. And yes, we all got our flu shots. He had it, but it was like a touch of it. It only lasted about 2 days of fever and he was back to school. So it definitely has had a huge impact on them. And I mean, specifically Jake, he was diagnosed with asthma about 4 years ago. and we were doing the, the regular inhalers every day, like the preventative inhaler. We were doing our neb treatments, at least 2 or 3 times a month. And then when the flare up would get really bad, we'd end up in the ER. And then we'd have to do some kind of oral steroid. And that was just getting to be frustrating. But with Since Juice Plus, we were totally off of the daily like maintenance inhaler and have not had to take any oral steroids in the last year.
Wow.
And he's had to do a neb treatment, but maybe 2 or 3 times in the last year. So it has had an amazing impact on just like the overall health, and something that you don't really notice right away and you kind of take for granted. And then if you do get off, I would not recommend getting off. Just stay on it, because I mean, slowly over time, you'll really start to, to see the impact, and then honestly feel the impact, like from work perspective, not missing as much work, and then not, having to go in the negative on your vacation time. So yeah, it's had an amazing impact on the family.
Yes, baby.
I love all the commentary in the background right now.
I was like, Mommy you have to be quiet for 10 minutes. Okay, so I didn't know that about Jake, and like that he had, it was his asthma that was super intense.
It's been crazy.
I know you've told me about like the cost differences between like your medical bills and the cost of Juice Plus, and how offset.
Oh yeah, it's insane. I think we spent, I think it was $1,400 less from the year before last versus last year on just medical expenses. And I was strictly just looking at, the kids. I wasn't even looking at me. I was just looking at the kids. So it's been nuts. Like nuts in a very good way.
Did you say $1,400?
$1,400 less in medical bills. It was crazy. I know I haven't been using my HSA card as much. And I got to looking at it, and somebody had asked me at work, and they're like, well, why don't you just pull up your statement? And so I'm kind of a nerd, and I like Excel and crunching numbers and stuff. And so I pulled it up, and I compared one year to the next, and it was insane. It was an insane difference. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
I know.
Incredible. Oh my. Okay. So now, how did you go about partnering with the Juice Plus company? Was it something that just like made sense to you right off the bat? I know that you said you were on it and then you all stopped it and then started again. Or like what helped you make the decision to partner with Juice Plus?
To come back on it or to sell?
Well, to come on as a rep.
Well, you had tagged me in something on Facebook, and you're like, do you want to join my team? And I thought, well, I wonder what that entails. Like, what does that look like? What kind of startup cost is there? Do I have to have an inventory or anything like that? Because I've sold a couple other things, not like health related.
Go sit down. 2 more minutes, okay?
That's okay. But it's hard. I mean, it's hard to sell something unless you're like really passionate about it. And I thought, well, this is something that I could really get behind, because I work in benefits. And so I handle insurance all day, every day. And I'm constantly seeing, people come in getting sick, complaining about their medical claims and that kind of thing. And a lot of it is stuff that you can't prevent. It just happens. But a lot of the medical issues that people are seeing and are, coming and talking to me about and trying to adjudicate claims and things, a lot of those things are 100% preventable. So I think, when you put that bug in my ear, I really started thinking about how, how maybe I could impact other people's lives, and maybe help them not adjudicate medical claims, but maybe avoid them altogether. So it was just kind of I don't know, you put a bug in my ear, and I was like, you know what, this would be a really awesome idea. And then when you told me it was only $50, I was like, okay, I'm in. What do I need to do? So yes. Yeah. It's just exciting to think that you could, have a positive impact on somebody's overall health. And I mean, when your body is healthy, your mind is healthy, and you have more energy, and you want to do more and be more. And it was an exciting thought to actually get to share that and spread that word. So it's exciting.
Yeah, it is super exciting. I loved how you said it's neat to think that you could impact like people's lives.
Yes.
And the like real like diseases and things that they live with that are 100% preventable.
Yes.
Just in like one simple change.
It seriously is the easiest way because I don't have to worry about juicing anything or, going and buying ridiculous amounts of kale or, whatever other crazy vegetable or, chia seeds or all that kind of, I don't have to worry about doing any of that. I mean, I still do some of that, but I don't have to put a lot of thought into it. Like it's literally like kids chew a gummy and I kind of use that as a reward system sometimes, which is kind of funny. And then I just take a capsule. So it's just like, it's kind of a no-brainer. It really is a no-brainer.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on tonight and sharing your stories. I loved hearing just like the big, huge difference. I know that it impacts and affects people and their families and their lives differently. Mm-hmm. And like, gosh, your story is so powerful. So tell me one more time. Jake was like frequent nebulizer treatments and oral steroids
and the daily preventative one.
Visits.
And yeah, we had 2 ER visits. Like we had one where the school called and said, you need to call, or you need to pick him up and take him to the ER. We're going to call the ambulance kind of, issues with his breathing. And so, yeah, that happened twice. And so, I mean, as a mom, I'm sitting there at work freaking out going, am I going to get there fast enough? Should they just call the ambulance? It's terrifying. I mean, when your kid can't breathe, it's there's you feel helpless, and there's only so much that you can do. So I really didn't think, I never put 2 and 2 together that the Juice Plus was going to have that kind of an impact on his asthma. That's never anything that ever crossed my mind. But then when I sat there and looked at the numbers, I was like, you know what? When was the last time you used we call it puppy face, his inhaler, because it's like that long tube that you have to do the puffer thing in, and the part that goes on his face looks like a puppy. And so I said, when was the last time you did puppy face? And he's like, Mommy, it was a long, long day ago. And I was like, it has been a long, long day ago. So and that, I looked, I was like, when did I feel this? How many puffs have you taken? Because you can see the number on there. I was like, oh my gosh. You just don't think it's something that you just completely take for granted. So that for me was that was huge. It was awesome.
Wow. So I love that so much. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your evening tonight to share with all of us. And I promise I'm getting back out to work out.
I've only been one time this week to CG, and then I cheated on CG yesterday. I went to what's it called? Alpha Family Fitness, something like that. With I don't even know the name of the place, but I posted about it, and Kent Cheatham, CG trainer, was like, what? I'm going to find you. And I was like, so anyway, but yes, let me know when you're going to go back out. We need to do that. But thank you for having me on. As many people as I can watch this. I'm like super excited. Maybe it'll be impactful for them too.
I'm almost done. Nope. I'm almost done. Okay. I think we're just about done here. But anyway, anybody that's watching this, if y'all have questions or need more information, about the Juice Plus products or joining the business, saying yes to our mission.
It's okay.
Get with me or Brooke.
Yes.
Or whoever shared this video with you. And on that note,
okay. See ya.
It's about time.